Hi, Tom here. Today I'm going to be talking about the 1973 British film The Wicker Man.
The corn rigs are bonny. I'll not forget that happy night among the rigs with Annie.
This is the last folk horror film I'm going to be looking at for now, and I've left the best till last, although I guess that's subjective, but it is my favourite film, so I'm going to be a bit biased. The film was directed by Robin Hardy, who was also responsible for 2011's The Wicker Tree, which, although good, can't possibly hold up a severed hand candle to The Wicker Man. One thing a lot of people forget about The Wicker Man is that it is a musical.
In the woods there grew a tree, and a fine, fine tree was he. And on that tree there was a limb, and on that limb there was a branch, and on that branch there was a nest, and in that nest there was an egg.
Depends what sort of music you're into, I suppose, but it works very well for the film. Just a really good soundtrack.
Take the flame inside you, burn and burn below. Fire seed and fire bees and make the baby grow.
The Wicker Man centres around a man who comes to investigate a small community by the sea. The man, Sergeant Howie, is carrying out an investigation to try and find the whereabouts of Rowan, a girl reported missing, although the islanders are less than helpful.
Now, what are you saying? You're saying that she is not from the island.
That's right, she's not from here.
No, you'll get Morrison's and Lewis and a few in Mull. I would try there.
Thanks. None of us has seen May Morrison's daughter, Rowan, since last year. She's only 12 and she's been missing from her home for many months. Her mother's name is May Morrison.
Oh, May. She quite slipped my memory. Of course we've got May. She keeps the post office in the High Street.
May Morrison, you're quite sure?
Quite sure.
Well, thank you for your help.
That's not May's daughter, though.
The fictitious island of Summerisle off the coast of Scotland is ruled over by Lord Summerisle, played by the late Sir Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee often said in an interview that despite all the films he's been in, which is a lot, The Wicker Man was his favourite film.
Remarkable film, brilliantly written, and the part was written for me, which doesn't happen very often. Shaffer wrote it for me, personally. I was very happy to be in it. It's a remarkable film. I mean, it's a cult film, still all over the world.
We're a deeply religious people. Religious? With ruined churches. No ministers, no priests. And children dancing naked.
They do love their divinity lessons.
But they are naked.
Naturally, it's much too dangerous to jump through the fire with your clothes on.
Sergeant Howie is played by the late Edward Woodward, who does a brilliant job at portraying a strict, uptight Christian policeman who is shocked and appalled that the islanders are still teaching old pagan religion. Paganism in the film is by no means historically accurate, but it does succeed in creating mysterious and bygone feeling.
A priest and a man fool, Punch, most complex of all the symbolic figures.
As with most folk horror films, there is female nudity, both with narrative context, in the form of a song sung to entice Sergeant Howie on the pretext of discovering whether he is or is not a virgin, the ideal sacrifice.
The midday sun at midnight.
And again later in the film for completely gratuitous reasons.
I'm sorry.
The island is portrayed as a fun and lively place.
Much has been said of the strumpets of yore.
Of wenches and bawdy house queens by the score, but I sing of the baggage that we all adore. The landlord's daughter.
It's a loving and friendly community that care for one another and love to dance and sing merrily and drink and have sex outdoors. And this juxtaposes really well with the islanders' true sinister belief in human sacrifice. And indeed, it's easy to go into the film really hating the strict puritanical policeman and instead siding with the jolly Summer Isle Islanders, only to have your views turned on their head by the end of the film when the true nature of the islanders is revealed.
Sacrifice.
There are 3 versions of The Wicker Man. The theatrical cut, which Robin Hardy and Christopher Lee both really disapproved of. The director's cut, which has a lot of great footage put back into the film, but has this rather pointless and very boring introduction sequence where we get to know the character of Sergeant Howie back on the mainland.
Hey, when those two are married, she'll spend more time on her knees in church than on her back in bed.
All in all.
Morning, Hugh.
Good morning, Sergeant.
Which was really unnecessary. And then there's the final cut, which is only available on Blu-ray, but is essentially the same as the director's cut, but without the boring introduction at the start. It starts the way the film should start, with Sergeant Howie arriving at the island. The film is vibrant, colourful, thought-provoking, and incredibly odd in places. I would definitely recommend it to people, as it is fun, strange, and towards the end incredibly cinematic and chilling.
Everything under control, over?
I'm a lord.
I believe in the life eternal, as promised to us by our Lord Jesus Christ.
That is good, for believing what you do. We confer upon you a rare gift these days. A martyr's death. You will not only have life eternal, but you will sit with the saints among the elect. Come. It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
The ending of the film still sends shivers down my spine. I love this film, and it's what brought me to horror films in the first place.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
Before I go, The Wicker Man is available on DVD in Regions 1 and 2. There is also a Region 2 Blu-ray release. It has a 7.7 rating on IMDb. Its BBFC certificate is a 15. It is best enjoyed at any time of day with a glass of summer wine and a bowl full of ripe green apples. If you enjoyed this review and want to see any of my other folk horror reviews, then please feel free to click here for my Witchfinder General review, here for my A Field in England review, or you can click here for my Children of the Corn review, or if you feel like it, you can click here as well for my A Blood on Satan's Claw review. Please check those videos out and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.